Since opening in September 2024, Niagara Health's Marotta Family Hospital Ronald McDonald Family Room has quickly become an invaluable resource for families with children receiving care. Here with me to mark this 6-month milestone is Chief Executive Officer of South Central Ontario's Ronald McDonald House Charities, is Mario DeDivitiis. Thank you for joining me in the studio today, Mario. So why don't you describe how big a milestone this really is and how it's enhanced the patient-family experience right here in Niagara?
Yeah, it's been an exciting 6 months. I'd say it's been a shocking 6 months. We did not know or predict how busy it was going to be. But since opening over the past 6 months, we've seen on average about 3,000 visits a month.
Wow.
So those are like mums, dads, siblings, uncles, aunts, all coming into this space, utilizing the beautiful, comfortable space and enjoying kind of the free food and refreshments and the programming that goes on in there.
And why don't you just explain, because some people may not understand what kind of facility this is.
Yeah, so family rooms to RMHC are an extension of our main house. So our main house provides accommodation, meals, and programming. These family rooms are located all in different hospitals across Canada and the United States. The unique part about Niagara is a community hospital that has a family room. Typically, family rooms are dedicated to specialized hospitals, but because Niagara is growing so fast, because it's the best region in the country, we felt that we deserved a Niagara family room. So the extension of services looks like food, refreshments, toys, programming. Also, families don't have to stay in the ward in the room with their child. They can break some of that experience, walk over, watch Bluey, color in coloring books, not hear beeping, not talk to nurses and doctors, although they're beautiful people, but to have some free time just as mom and daughter in a beautiful room.
I had a bit of experience with that in Hamilton with my first son, who was 2 months early, and I'll never forget just having that outside experience. You're right, from the sterile hospital environment. Now, the family room was made possible through an incredible partnership with Because We Care campaign. Can you tell me a bit about that?
Yeah, so the Rotary groups of Niagara all got together. Rotary South in particular kind of championed it, and we presented to them just to kind of share the word as you would do with service groups. We told them the cost of the room, shared that Silvergate Homes was on board to develop it. They made a donation, so did Mountain View Building Group, but we had a significant gap in terms of the construction costs. And all the Rotaries heard our mission, who doesn't love RMHC's concept, came together and said they were going to fund us. And they've done so to the tune of close to $300,000.
Wow. Now, these are some pretty incredible stats I have here. So with upwards 3,000 visits per month, like you said, the family room has provided over 18,000 meals and snacks to caregivers, in addition to offering things like laundry services and emotional support. So can you provide a bit of an overview of how vital the Ronald McDonald House Charities are to families right here in Niagara?
Yeah, so the snacking and the meal part was the surprise in terms of how much we're pumping out of that room. But it's been greatly supported by the community so far. There's going to be a big need to continue that ongoingly, because Niagara Health's birth rates are only increasing. But we're also doing other things there. So, we will have a May the 4th Big Star Wars Day. Yeah. We've had a beautiful kind of Christmas programming there. You can imagine what folks forget. Like, they know that there's families that are in the hospital during Christmas time, and we all realize how tough of a time that is. But you're also not waking up by your tree. You're not like eating breakfast at your kitchen table. How sad is that? So we use that room as kind of a destination spot for those children that are there. We had Christmas trees in it. We provided tons of toys for families there. The room was fully decorated. Same thing with Easter. So we're trying to provide that space for our friends in pediatrics to use as they would like.
Which is absolutely amazing. And now there's some upcoming opportunities for the community to get involved. There's a family-friendly bowl for Ronald McDonald House Charities at Parkway Social on Sunday, June 8th. Can you tell me a little more about that?
Yeah, so two lovely volunteers of our house, Vanessa Cervelli and Margie Natsopoulos, have came together. We have a lot of beautiful volunteers that want to volunteer in the house like those two women do, but they're also trying to fundraise for us. So there's a bowling event coming at Parkway Lanes where families can come for a team of 6 for $450, participate in it, have fun, and those funds go back to our charity. There's also opportunities where companies are saying, we'd just like to sponsor a family.
Yeah.
40 to 50% of our families that stay with us in Hamilton actually live in the Niagara region.
Yes.
So we put a call out to all of our Niagara families to say, hey, Silvergate is willing to buy a team for our families, so who would like to go? So it's a great way, it's going to be a great day to have a lot of fun with some of our donors and some of our alumni family, just to kind of reconnect. When your child is sick and you're going through something and you can look across the table and be like, I'm here for the same reason as you are. There's like a cemented bond that is built that doesn't go away.
It doesn't. And having been in that situation, I can attest to that. So do you have any specific story or moment that stands out for you working with this organization?
Personally for myself, I'm born and raised in Niagara. I was really excited for my hometown to kind of receive this. During the construction of the event, I had a high school friend named Kyle that was had a baby early, had some complications with it, and I would watch him go out into the hallway and eat. Call his dad, call his mom, and have these conversations like in the hallway, on a windowsill, walking the halls, just doing that trip every day. And at the time, it was kind of tarped away and you couldn't see what was being built. And he had stayed there so long, past 3 or 4 weeks, that when we finished the build, Kyle was able to use the room.
Wow.
And you saw him just like, and he came up to me, he was like, Mara, my day has totally changed now.
Yeah.
I can actually go through this process a little easier. I'm not going broke, having to buy 3 meals a day across the street here. I can actually call my parents. I can actually sit in a nice place.
Yeah.
It's the little things that matter when you don't have a lot of control of the situation.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for sharing that story and for everything you're doing. We'll have
Yeah,
to have you
thanks
back
for the
on to
invitation.
show even more progress down
Yeah.
the road.